very happy they did because I think we all gonna really enjoy this. So we'll be talking about Petrol Head #1. This is, like I mentioned, a new book from ImageComics. So let me give you a quick synopsis of this book now before we get into it. Jump straight into the non-human race with 42 Robo-Gorgeous launch issue story pages. In a climate crisis-ravaged future metropolis, an old, grumpy, obsolete, smoke-belching, cigar-chomping, hot rod racing robot is one 12-year-old girl's only hope. Together, can they outrace the chasing Robocops? Not those Robocops, different Robocops, with an invention that might just save humanity. So that's the pitch for this book. This is written by Rob Williams with art, covers, and letters and graphic design by Pi Par. And also we have a few separate covers that you will see at the end of the video. But let me pitch it over to you guys. What did you guys think? Clay, what did you think about Petrol Head?
I loved it. I mean, it was a very stylized book. The weird part of it is the colors popped out to me more than anything.
Yeah.
And it's I've looked up this guy's art, Pi Par, and it is amazing. Like, I'm a big fan of if anyone read Death and Glory, Bingle does great car art, great technical stuff. This guy does the same stuff, and the colors pop. Like the bots, I love the simple design of their face when they're drawing down on them in that panel right there, and then the electronic bird that is a character here. Yeah, the visuals are so cool because it's like reading a heavy metal book back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, you're getting in the middle of a story, and it's giving you just enough to hook you to pick up the next issue.
Yeah, Josh, what about you?
Yeah, I also loved it, and it felt like reading a 2000 AD comic to me. And then you pointed out, Danny, they both worked for 2000 AD, so that kind of makes sense. But yeah, the colors, the design, there was even little stuff. If you go a page or two ahead, the first time the O appeared,
oh, this is all I have for the preview.
All right, sorry. There's a panel. So there's this big kind of bad called the O. And there's just this shot of him touching, or they touching like a screen, but it's like in the MCU kind of Iron Man's computer stuff.
Yeah.
And the two little finger pads, I was obsessed with them because they look like pedals that you would push in a car. And it's just like all the design seems to just fit so well. Like it's a very realized universe.
Real Minority Report with the screens and all that. There's a lot of screens everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Got a lot of now you guys are gonna give me shit about this. I've only seen the remake of Death Race. But I've
never seen the original.
Okay. Yeah.
Clay's gonna lose it.
We don't have time for you to lose your shit. Back to Petrol Head. They got a lot of, I mean, Jason Statham is in Death Race. Is it?
Yeah, but the original has Carradine, you get Stallone, and it's Roger Corman doing it, and it's just out of control. It's so wackadoo, and you need that to go into the remake because you need to know the wackadoo ideas they had when they made the original.
Yeah, I will say also one thing I really enjoyed as well is all the subtle world building that's kind of being done through the dialogue. Like everything the Robocops are saying is like you can't be here, you have to be out in the other zone. Like, and then you kind of, as you go through the issue, like you see the domes of these people, like where the cities of the humans are. But obviously there's a lot more. This Oz power, which really fun, like just Oz, the great and powerful there. Like this.
Oh shit! I didn't even put that.
Yeah, because it's even called the O Zone. So
Zone, yeah.
So there's so much. Like there's little layers. Like I said, it's an oversized book, which is always a fun thing.
This is one that, even though I have the preview, I'm definitely gonna pick it up next week because I want it in print. It's beautiful, just really beautiful. And I agree. I felt like the world building. I like books like this that respect the reader, and I feel like 2000 AD has always been pretty good about this, right? It does the world building without info dumps. It does it through very organic, believable dialogue. And there's even again, no spoiler, but there's even a kind of unexpected turn towards the end of the issue that, like, I was shocked, right? I was like, wait, what the fuck, you know? It's great. Just solid book. Absolutely go read it.
Right. Yeah, I love the relationship between Petrol Head and Dave, the little mechanical bird, like just
Yeah.
the witty banter that they kind of have going on. So that's a lot of fun. And
I
Clay
wanted to
sharing some
share,
art.
yeah, Pipar's portfolio page and store has like tons of great stuff. I mean, if
Yep.
you're a Transformer fan, I mean, look at some of these prints they've got in here. They're
Instant
like
fan.
amazing. Yeah.
Same.
And this,
Same.
Oh my God. Look at that kaiju.
that's just, God
Oh, is
damn,
that
that's
for
great.
Primus?
Primus, yeah.
Oh shit. That's awesome.
So cool. So cool. We need to do a 2000 AD episode, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
God,
That'd be
even
good.
those pencils are amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I love to see. I actually would love to see a black and white version of this book as well. Just to all the line work that's done. Like, it's really cool. I also want to know, like, this book opens up with Petrol Head like um delivering this flower here. So like I
Mhm.
want to know what all that's about too, right? We don't get we don't get a lot of story on that other than while the race is going on. Like the I like the whole aspect of like this race is almost like the gladiatorial games to kind of keep the people distracted.
Yeah.
And but there's no like the winners and everything is like we control everything, right? The perception of all this, and even when things don't go the way they were planned, almost as in like almost like a wrestling show, like
That's what I
they
was thinking.
work, they rework the story to
Right.
like fit their narrative. So yeah, really really fun stuff. I don't know. I was looking through Rob Williams' other work. Um, and he's done a lot of stuff with DC and Marvel, a lot of stuff, a lot of Doctor Who. So if you're a Whovian,
Okay. I'll have to
check
do
some of that
that.
stuff out. Maybe it's already in one of the bundles you already have, Josh. I know you have a lot.
Probably so.
Um, Also, a lot of work with Harley Quinn and Harley Quinn and the Suicide Squad and stuff like that. So yeah, really fun stuff. I really really enjoyed this issue. Um, is there anything else you guys want to say about this book before we kind of move on? If not,
Nope.
let me just show you guys some variant covers to close out the video.
I want to see those.
Yeah, definitely recommend you pick this up and let us know if you liked it down in the comments and all that. Hello, everyone. Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Zawa, The Belly of the Beast #1. This is a new book from Boombox over at BOOMStudios. This is written, lettered, and with art by Michael Delanis. So let's talk about what's going on in this issue. In this new series, trapped inside her mountain by pollution spewing factories, the guardian spirit Zawa only has industrial waste to eat, leading her to a bitter existence of paranoia and destruction. But when two siblings from a nearby village help her escape, they'll quickly learn that the way to calm Zawa's heart is through a well-nourished stomach. GLAAD Award and Eisner nominated cartoonist Michael Dialinas, who has done things like Wind and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, crafts a charmingly macabre echo fable about nature, greed, and the dangers of retribution and good food shared among friends. Uh, yeah, what a really so leading up to this, I had seen a lot of hype online about this issue, and I think it's very well earned. I really enjoyed the simple story. I think also the way that it's being unfolded. Um, it is just so well paced. It is just a really interesting world that we're looking at. It has some beautiful art to go alongside of that. So I quite enjoy this issue. I really can't wait. I really enjoy Michael's work on Wind as well. That's another series. You might even be able to see it up on my wall. I have a cover there. So yeah, I'm really glad to see a new book. I really enjoy it when a creator has full control of their narrative and the story that they're trying to tell in a book like this. Also, it takes an immense talent to put a full book together like this. So quite enjoyed this one. So let's take a look at some of the preview art here. As we see this introduction to the world, we get to see a little bit of this is a bit of a memory or a flashback, if you will, before our story really kicks off. I think one of the things I appreciate is just very interesting color palette to kind of reflect this pollution filled world, but also when it comes to the food, there's some really interesting and very delicious looking stuff. We also get to see a little bit of Zawa here as we get into this world, and depending on what Zawa is eating, that kind of changes the look, right? I think you'll see some different looks in the variant covers as well. And I'm just really interested as to why this individual is the main person that was doing, that was coming in here with food, what the relationship with Sawa was back then, and then also how that will play out for the siblings in our present line storyline. So really cool stuff. Also, just look at this really cool world. Like Mrs. Boone is such a really interesting looking town. Uh, I love the bright colors very much. I appreciate the little world building within even just um, the little details in the art, like this banner of the mayor provides, the little burger place, the pasta in the background. So obviously, food is very important for this place. Obviously, this this is a place where things hold value, and but also you can see all the factories and everything in the background. So like this is a really interesting juxtaposition of things. So once we get to meet our main characters as well that we'll be following throughout the story, I think it's really fun. It's definitely feels very young adult oriented, but it's very interesting story nonetheless. And like I said, beautiful art. It all really kind of comes together in this first issue. Um, I will say the pacing of this, I feel like it's gonna, for me at least, is gonna be better. Uh, Maybe as a collection, but I'll be definitely picking up these individual issues because the covers are amazing. You can see some of the covers at the end of the video as well. So yeah, I quite enjoy this. I highly recommend you pick this up, this first issue up. Check it out, because I think stories like these are so different from some of the things that are just in the comics atmosphere, that it's well worth checking out to expand kind of your horizons. But yeah, such a well crafted book. I really enjoyed it. So if you have read this issue, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. Hello, everyone. Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Transformers #2. This is a new book from Image Skybound. We continue with the hit series. So let's take a look at the creative team here. This book is written and drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson, Mike Spicer on colors, Russ Wooten on letters, and a whole plethora of fantastic covers by a great stellar team. You'll see some of those at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Um, First of all, I mean, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the cover first before I get into the actual issue. I love this cover. Starscream is just such a goofy character, but he's still super dangerous, right? So I love the point of view here from this jet that is going face first into attacking Starscream. Now, if you've read the issue, you know exactly. You get a lot more context for that cover, but yeah, I just really love how Daniel Warren Johnson's found a mix of really cool action stuff, goofy stuff from like the cartoon, and then also just striking a balance between the drama as the story unfolds while still setting things up for the future and filling in the backstory. But let's talk about this specific issue. In this issue, the Decepticons have been unleashed as Optimus Prime and the Autobots regroup. Starscream terrorizes humanity. This issue features a surprising first Energon universe appearance. Boy, does it ever! I mean, there's so much in this one. Like Daniel Warren Johnson has managed to package so much stuff into these issues. But it doesn't feel excessive. It definitely just feels very natural. The world building is just great because it relies on both a little bit of your previous knowledge, a little bit of maybe there's some things you weren't know or you didn't know about the Transformers universe, about this Energon universe, but it's all building to a new thing, which is great because if you had never read a Transformers book before this, or never seen a film or the cartoon or anything, this is still a perfect entry point. So the more you know and the more you're in this universe, the more levels of enjoyment and little Easter eggs and things you're gonna like. If you follow the news of like what's gonna be published in the future, you're gonna get a lot of this with all the little Easter eggs, all the little seeds that are being planted, appearances from characters. So that's cool, but also it's not this isn't a gatekeeping book where like it's impenetrable by new readers and a new audience, which I think is great. I think it's what Skybound wants to do, right? They want to reintroduce to a whole new audience the world of Transformers. So Daniel Warren Johnson and the team are definitely making that very accessible. I applaud them for that. I think that's very interesting. I don't know that I'll do monthly reviews for the series, but I'll definitely do the first three. To me, 3 issues is how long it takes me to decide whether I'm going to be keep reading a series, whether I enjoy a series. Now, from the first review and this one, you'll probably know that I'm quite enjoying the series, but I'll definitely do at least one more. If not, I'll do, if I have to do monthly reviews because I'm enjoying it that much, then so be it. I love talking about this stuff anyway. So let's take a look at some of the art, because on top of being a really talented world creator and writer, well, Daniel Warren Johnson's a magnificent artist, right? And I just really love the way he has a juxtaposition of the fragility of Earth with the exploration of Optimus Prime here. I love that Optimus Prime, he doesn't fully know everything about Earth, right? These Transformers, these Autobots, they don't know Earth. It's not like they've been here, they haven't done any research. They were just kind of dropped off here after their issues. And this is just, it's heartbreaking, this first scene where Optimus Prime is reveling at the beauty and he ends up stepping on a deer. And him and Spike have a little bit of a conversation here about the fragility of Earth, how different it is from Cybertron and the world that Optimus knows, but also how similar it is, how they care about similar things, including family and friends. And it's just all done in a beautiful way. I love the pacing of these small panels where they give you a little bit of Spike's mindset when he's talking to Optimus Prime. Also, I love the comparison and slices in this panel right here, where they're just both sitting on the rock, so you can really tell the difference. Sometimes it gets lost on people how big of a difference is between like a full size transformer, especially because they vary in sizes. Um, I also love this shot of Cybertron in the background as he explains, as Optimus kind of explains a little bit of the history of the world. And it just makes this comic feel even grander, right? It connects it to a larger universe. And I seeing these flashbacks, of course, dropping hints of Megatron at every turn, which we can see 2 panels of Megatron, and that's not even the first appearance that we were talking about. So I am very excited for what is to come. Of course, another thing that this comic does not shy away from is showing the brutality of what it is to fight Decepticons and Transformers. When you're just regular people. As you saw in the first issue, the Decepticons found an energy source, and now they are trying to mine that to transform it into energon so they can race up their army. But they, unlike the Transformers, they have no qualms about squishing people and just being very brutal, and that this book doesn't stray away from that brutality. So it's a really fine balance, but I think it's really fun. It's very entertaining. The high moments are super high, and then when the gut punch hits you emotionally, which this one has a big emotional gut punch, like it all really connects very well. I also want to commend Wooten's letters. Like, there's a lot of narration here, as you can see. Boy, does it look great. I love the font that they use, how different it is from the humans. I also love that the human font is not just like a regular comic book font. It almost feels it almost feels very casual, right? Because Spike is a younger person, so it almost feels very casual. But yeah, I just really love that juxtaposition of fonts too between the Transformers and the humans. So really cool stuff. Very excited for the future of this series. Very excited for the things that they're planting on here. You get a little bit of a preview for a thing at the end of this book, so stay tuned for that. Not in the video, but at the end of the actual issue, you'll get to see a little preview of something else to come in the Energon universe. So yeah, Image Skybound has really been just killing it, reintroducing this world. And then some of the variant covers may give you a little bit more of a hint of what's to come. So stay tuned at the end of the video for that. So all that being said, great comic. Make sure to pick it up. I ended up getting 2 variants, which I really love. You can follow me on socials if you want to see those. As always, stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Roll out, Autobots.